this week on Bachelor in Paradise.
I'm just done with love. I give up. I didn't want my time here to be cut short, but there's no options left. I want to go home.
How did she? Oh, I see what she did. That is good.
Yeah, I went on a date with his uncle.
Wow.
Oh.
Smart cookie.
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. Taj can't pee. Taj can't poop. Spaghetti always does the trick.
Well, it's another week in paradise and another week of drama-free fun. Now, of course, chaos reigns supreme, conspiracies abound, and a cake gets thrown in the fire.
Yikes. I wanted a piece of that damn cake. Damn.
And we're coming off of last week where the women are still holding the rose power, and we saw the introduction of Thomas, whose mere presence has already upgraded Aaron's intro from this to something actually interesting. And we also saw the introduction of Riley, who took Marissa on a date, leaving cat guy Connor to sadly mew into the ocean all night. But with a new day in paradise, there always has to be new and exciting introductions as more of our favorites enter the beach.
I'm Chris Conran, and I was on Claire's season barely. Just a little dab, just like a little touch of salt.
Oh, hi. Wait a minute. Who are you?
Yes, it's, let me check my notes. Chris Conran, a night one elimination from Claire's season, and apparently he's also not alone as he's coming in with Chasen, the two of whom are, I guess, best friends or something?
I am so excited running to Chris, give him a big hug, one of my best friends on the show. We have a little bit of a bromance going on, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, apparently that happened and they won't stop saying smoke show.
How many smoke shows are going to be down there, you think?
There has to be a couple smoke
I think
shows.
we're going to have a beach full of smoke shows. We're two smoke bros looking for some smoke shows. What do you say?
I say we gotta go find those smoke shows.
Well, apparently I really need to catch up on my Bachelor Nation bromances, cause when these two enter, everyone's like, oh, of course, it's Chris and Chasen, duh. Meanwhile, I'm like...
What is happening right now?
So these two are entering with a double date card, meaning they're each gonna ask someone out, and then the two of them are gonna head out on a double date. Chasen sits down with Deandra and then with Mari, and I really can't believe no one's asking him if his shirt is a medium.
My medium shirt, it's actually a large.
And Mari sit down with Chasen gets her thinking, cause while Mari and Kenny have had this agreement in place...
So Kenny and I have kind of said that we wouldn't go on dates with other people, but I don't want to close myself off and potentially miss out on something that is meant for me.
Mari is deciding that she doesn't want to close herself off from dates, even if Kenny is her priority. Meanwhile, Chris has eyes for only one woman, Jasenia. And so Chasen invites Deandra on the date and Chris invites Jasenia, and the four of them all head out. Why not? Paradise is about exploring. However, as yet another intimacy date commences, there's a piece of information being held from us that's changing the whole game. Cause you might be thinking, there's no way Jasenia dumps Ivan, they had such an amazing date last week, they're a solid couple. That's what I thought too, until Marissa said this.
When we're asking, who are you excited to see here in paradise? Jasenia was always like, Chris.
Really? Out of all the people from the past two Bachelorette seasons, including fan favorites or dudes who made it to the top 4 or top 6, you're hoping to see night 1 elimination from Claire's season, Chris Conran?
What is happening right now?
But then we cut back to the date and the two of them are making out, and Jasenia says she'd rather be with Chris than with Ivan. And now I'm really like...
What the is happening right now?
Cause something ain't right here. But leave it to Twitter to point us in the right direction, as I saw this tweet, one of many highlighting that this relationship was yet another pre-planned coupling. And all of a sudden, it makes a lot more sense. Now, speaking of couples exploring new options, Mari has sat down with Kenny to say that if she gets asked out on a date, she wants to go.
At the end of this, if we're together, I want to be 100% sure. I don't want to have any regrets at the end, and I don't want to have any what-ifs.
Which I can get. Like when Serena went out with Thomas, and it made her even more sure that she just wanted to be with Joe. But for Kenny, he's now a bit concerned. Because now he's feeling as though Mari's not as into him as he's into her. Luckily for Mari, she's got friends to confide in, like Demi, who immediately upon learning that her and Kenny are exploring other options is like,
Sorry, I'm going for your mans. It's my opportunity. That's what we're here for.
So Demi pulls Kenny aside and starts dropping these.
Oh, look, there's my nipple. They always pop out.
The two start making out, and Mari looks over like,
You have no one to put on black.
But he said he's all in on you. Yeah, until I told him that I would be open to going on dates.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And speaking of trouble in paradise, Connor's making one last attempt to win back Marissa. He's putting away the guitar, the quirky jokes, and the soft-spoken demeanor, and he's adopting a new attitude.
What's up, boys? Yo, Con.
Yeah, Connor. Yes. Woo!
A few minutes later.
Especially like when I slept in the room. Like,
Wait, what?
oh, why didn't you tell me that?
Yeah, sorry Connor, she's just not that into you. Though I do wish Marissa had been a bit more upfront with Connor when he pulled her aside before this to plan some dates.
I'll make you a homemade date card. We'll do that.
Oh, okay. We'll see.
Oh, not the we'll see. I promise you, he'll never see. Now, speaking of date cards, and I mean real date cards, a new one has arrived for Grocery Store Joe. There's been far too much drama in here, so they're gonna send Joe and Serena on a date to look at each other lovingly in the eyes, plus, you know, they gotta build these two up some more before they send in Kendall to try and knock it all down. And frankly, Kendall's actually a big part of the conversation that they have on this date. Joe doesn't want to repeat what happened with her last time he was in Paradise. And it's here where Serena and Joe express that they want to leave Paradise in a relationship where both people are in 100%. So Serena asks Joe why he didn't have that with his ex, Kendall, to which Joe says it came down to him wanting to be in Chicago and she wanting to live in LA.
And she just never wanted to live anywhere besides LA. And my family and friends are in Chicago, and I wanted to move back.
The two then discuss being exclusive in Paradise, and like every good conversation about a couple becoming exclusive, it's followed up by a wrestling match. Except here, they'll be wearing clothes. Back at the beach, the sad bros of Ivan, Connor, and Carl have all been watching their week 1 crushes go off with other men. And the first to officially get dropped is Ivan, where Jasenia pulls him aside and says Ivan checks all the boxes, however, she's got a spark with Chris. So Ivan asks what's more important, checking the boxes or a spark.
I think a spark isn't something that can be forced.
Okay.
Wow, Ivan really acting like this on the outside.
Okay.
But inside, you know he's really like this. Then sad bro number 2, Connor, shows off his outfit to the only person who'll appreciate it, Wells the bartender, and sad bro 3, Carl, gives Deandra a beautiful bracelet, to which she says, and then goes off with Jason. Riley then starts the evening fun off with a very important question.
Where is the craziest place you've had sex?
On a trampoline.
On a golf course.
A cemetery, probably.
A Ferris wheel.
Whoa, wait a minute. What was that one near the end there?
On a golf course.
No, not that one. Go back to Trey.
Craziest place I ever had sex was a cemetery, probably.
Y'all, I just hope he wasn't alone. After that, Demi comes in with a birthday cake to wish Kenny a happy birthday, as Kenny had his B-day while in quarantine. And all this Demi attention towards Kenny is getting Mari really upset.
Kenny's on the Demi train right now. I hope it crashes.
So Mari decides she's had enough. This ain't about birthday cake.
It's about sending a message. Everything burns.
She thinks I'm just gonna like sit aside and let her continue to do this. She's got another thing coming.
From here, Paradise goes nuts. Tajuan screams into the ocean. Probably because she can't poop.
Taj can't pee. Taj can't poop. Taj can't do anything.
Mysteries abound in Paradise. Doesn't stop her from snacking on some spaghetti, though.
Spaghetti always does the trick.
Mari goes to talk with Kenny, but he shuts her down and then goes to the boom boom room with Demi. Then Thomas pulls Tammy aside, the two bond over being called villains on their seasons, and then make out.
Oh. Okay.
Which brings out the absolute worst in the For the Right Reasons crew. Really, they use some nasty language against Tammy.
She's a dog, bro.
That is such trash, bro. She straddled him. I'm disgusted, bro, with her.
Tammy's been displaying, human trash bag behavior.
James calls her a dog, Trey calling her trash. Nah, miss me with that. Right now, I'm done with this trio. Like, tell me why it's okay for Aaron to kiss both Serena and Tammy last week, but now Tammy's evil for doing what everyone in Paradise is doing, exploring their options? No, these losers are only mad because she's doing it with Thomas. Well, the next day, things are heavy in Paradise. A rose ceremony is coming up, and relationships are in disarray. First, Aaron and Thomas start a feud over Tammy, with Aaron blowing a gasket and Thomas looking at him like the visual representation of the laugh cry emoji.
The fact that she does that with you and with me is already mind-blowing.
I didn't know it was gonna happen, but I will say right now to your face, I'm so glad it did.
Oh, the Paradise Beach is prepping for some major shakeups. And not just in Tammy jumping ship from Aaron to Thomas, after Aaron chews her out for breaking his trust and kissing his mortal enemy. No, a lot of other men are mad scrambling to try and find a rose. Deandra's rose is up for grabs between Carl and Chasen, but after seeing Carl gift a bracelet to Deandra, Chasen's looking to do one better.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
Close your eyes.
They're closed.
Now what I want to know is if production just had that on hand, or if Chasen had to go and ask them to drive into town and find the nearest Claire's. I don't know, maybe they have Amazon same-day shipping in Paradise. Well, all that doesn't sit well with Carl, who then has his bracelet returned by Deandra, and he feels like Chasen has just given her that necklace to try and one-up him.
That is a one-upper move, bro. I feel like calling you Captain One-Upper now. Captain Upper Pants.
Captain One-Liner for you.
Oh, there you go. That's so clever.
Idiot. You're the idiot. Nice comeback. I was making fun of your comeback. That's why it worked.
Totally got the best of that interchange.
So at this point, Carl doesn't know where his rose is coming from, Ivan doesn't know where his rose is coming from, James, Connor, and Aaron also don't know where their rose is coming from, and Trey decides that things aren't building in a strong enough way with Tajwan.
I saw a connection early on and wanted to explore it. And, we've had some good moments, but when you look at the whole big picture, I realized Taj wasn't my person.
So Trey decides to tell Taj it's just not there between them, and he's decided that he's done with Paradise. If things aren't working out between these two, he has no reason to stay. And honestly, I don't blame him. I mean, there are enough men scrambling around to get a rose tonight. If he's ending things with Taj right now, he's saving himself a lot of time and energy by just heading home.
I definitely feel bad, but at the same time, it's not like I did this when I had the rose. She has a rose. She has security. She has promise, knowing that next week there's more opportunities. Tonight there's more opportunities for her, so.
But with Trey going and Lance Bass about to go and end his hosting duties, Lance has one last surprise before he goes. A new entrant is on their way that no one saw coming, well, unless you've watched, like, any of the previews.
The Bachelorette of Paradise. Obviously you know who this is. Becca, welcome to Paradise.
Thank you, surprise!
Yes, Bachelorette Becca from season 14 is here, and she's the first ever former lead to return to Paradise as an actual contestant. And all of a sudden, all those men scrambling for a rose have new life. But while guys like Ivan, James, Carl, and Aaron all make their pitches to Becca, someone else is not feeling so hot anymore. Tajwan has had enough. Trey's gone, she's not interested in anyone else, people aren't letting her pee or poo or something, the kitchen's probably closed, so she's going home. And what was that Trey had said before?
She has a rose. She has security. She has promise, knowing that next week there's more opportunities. Tonight there's more opportunities for her, so.
Well, Taj is like, you really think I won't leave before handing out my rose?
Oh yeah? Watch this.
I'm just done with love. I give up. I want to go home.
So goodbye, Queen of Paradise. It was fun while it lasted. Tajwan is leaving the beach, and she's taking those towels with her. Well, now it's rose ceremony time. And of course, the solid couples hand out their roses to each other, like Marissa to Riley, Serena to Joe, and Abigail to Noah. Natasha gives Brendan another week to wait for Piper, and then there are the new couples like Jasenia to Chris, Demi to Kenny, and Tammy to Thomas. But after that, it gets hard to predict. Mari goes next, and she decides to give a rose to James. Becca gives hers to Aaron, but it's Deandra's rose that's the gag of the evening. I'll give it to you here with my live reaction in the corner.
Ivan?
Yes, Deandra has decided that Chasen's gifts and feelings for her weren't quite genuine, and so she wants to give Ivan another chance at love. Probably should have guessed she wasn't gonna pick Chasen when she showed up to the rose ceremony without the necklace on. So with that, Chasen, Carl, and cat guy Connor are headed home. And in honor of Connor's love for cheesy puns, don't be sad, Connor, this is, what, your second season in the franchise? You've got like 7 more lives to get through, you'll land on your feet. Cats always do. Well, we're on to a new day in paradise, and with a rose ceremony just completed, the men now have the power, and that means new women are set to arrive.
I'm Tia. I am back to paradise for a second time. The last time I was here, I was dating Colton. And now he's navigating dating men.
Tia from Ari's season and then Bachelor in Paradise Season 5 is back, and I guess third time's the charm, right? Well, to start her off, she's coming in with a date card.
Welcome back to paradise. There's love at the end of the rainbow. Well, that's cute. Maybe we're gonna see a rainbow today.
Okay, is it me or was that date card referencing Colton and it completely went over Tia's head? So Tia does the usual paradise rounds, feeling out connections with each of the dudes. And when Tia pulls Kenny aside, Demi's not pleased.
Look at this outfit. Look at this. Take it in. I put in a lot of effort. She slapped on a tank top. The only thing worse than Tia's gaydar is her denim shorts.
Unfortunately for Demi, however, Tia and Kenny's chat goes really well. And Kenny starts to see what Mari was talking about the episode before. So Kenny saunters over to Demi and says, would it be cool if I went on a date with Tia if she asked me?
Did you want to? Do you want to?
Well, I would, if she asked, I would be open to it, but I wouldn't do it without seeing where you are.
Naturally, after Demi says she doesn't want him to go and Tia invites Kenny out on the date, Kenny says he's going, and Mari looks over at Demi like,
well, well, well. How the turntables.
But while Demi mopes on the beach, she's not the only one feeling off about their relationship, as Abigail, seeing all these other couples like Serena and Joe, or Riley and Marissa going full in, is feeling as though her and Noah are stuck at a friendship level. So she goes to speak with Noah and says that they seem to be working well on paper, but there seems to be something stopping them from going beyond friends that kiss.
I don't normally kiss my friends, but at the end of the day, it should be more than just having fun and being friends.
Yeah.
So Noah is left questioning things. Abigail is someone who, as she said herself, takes things extremely slow, and Noah is feeling that she's the one that's giving off vibes of not being interested in him. So Noah goes off to think, and Abigail is left wondering if she's just self-sabotaged her relationship.
I'm so bad at this. Like, I literally just self-sabotage. Like, we had like such a good thing going on and just it up.
From here, we then move on to Kenny's date with Tia. And guess what? It's an entire date of censor bars as they play volleyball with a bunch of nudists. Believe me, you're not missing much here. Well, except maybe for Tia's colorful description of everyone's business.
Full china pots out. Full flaccid wiener.
I keep looking at it.
Stop looking at it!
They then put all their clothes back on, and Kenny tells Tia, yeah, I've already been with 2 women here, and went to the boom boom room with Demi 2 nights ago.
Girls freak out about that. If you sleep with someone, they're gonna freak out if you go out with someone else. Oh God, I'm getting murdered in my sleep.
And as this episode is about to come to a close, we finish things off with a nice quiet moment with Joe and Serena, enjoying their relaxing, drama-free time in paradise. Which is the perfect moment for production to bring in Kendall, Joe's ex.
Hey, butthead.
Bye.
You wanna go talk?
Yeah.
And that's it for episode 4 and 5 of Bachelor in Paradise. Hope you enjoyed this recap of both nights, and if you did, be sure to give the video a like and subscribe for more content. We'll be talking all about eliminations for next week and if Joe and Kendall will be a thing in the preview breakdown tomorrow, so until then, Bachelor Fantake, out.
Yikes.
I wanted a piece of that damn cake. Damn.